In the village of Alderbrook, nestled between velvet green hills and the edge of the ancient Darnell forest, lived a boy named Eli. He was 12 years old, with curious hazel eyes and a mop of unkempt brown hair. Eli lived with his grandmother Miriam in a small cottage that smelled of dried herbs and fresh bread. His parents had vanished years ago during a storm while traveling, leaving him in the care of the kind but quiet old woman who loved him fiercely, but spoke little of the past. Eli had always felt different. He wasn't the strongest or the fastest, nor did he shine in school, but he noticed things. The way a squirrel's tail twitched when danger was near, the shimmer of dew on spiderwebs that others walked past. He listened to the birds, to the trees, to the whispers of the wind. Most afternoons, after his chores, Eli would wander into Darnell Forest. The villagers called it haunted. Some said it was cursed, others that it was protected by spirits. Eli didn't care. To him, it was alive, not in a scary way, but in a watching way, like it remembered things the world had forgotten. One particularly gray afternoon, with clouds hanging low and a gentle fog threading between the trees, Eli followed a strange sound, a chime, not like the heavy clang of a bell, but a delicate, crystalline melody. It didn't seem to come from anywhere specific, yet it pulled at him like a string tied around his chest. He followed the sound deeper into the forest than he had ever dared. The air grew cooler, denser, filled with a scent like old books and rain-soaked earth. Just as he was about to turn back, he stumbled upon a clearing he'd never seen before, though he knew the forest well. At the center stood a massive oak tree, far older than any he'd encountered. Its bark was thick and scarred, its branches curled like ancient arms. Nestled at its roots was something out of place, a wooden box, half buried in moss and leaf litter, its surface etched with patterns that shimmered faintly. As though remembering the hand that carved them, Eli knelt and brushed it off. The moment his fingers touched the lid, a pulse of warmth surged through him. The box hummed faintly, like a sleeping heart awakening. Inside, he found a folded piece of parchment, written in ink that gleamed gold under the forest light. To the one who finds this box, you are not here by chance. The world has chosen you to see what others cannot. Use what you are given wisely. Beneath the note was a strange compass, but it didn't point north. Instead, the needle spun slowly, then settled in a direction that didn't make sense on any map Eli knew. Compelled by a mix of wonder and fear, Eli followed it. That was the beginning. Over the next weeks, the compass led Eli to places hidden from ordinary sight. A cave behind a waterfall, where glowing stones lit the path. A ring of trees that whispered in a forgotten tongue. A stream that healed wounds when its water touched the skin. Each place taught him something, not just about magic or mystery, but about bravery, listening, trust, and patience. The first time he used the spring's water to help a neighbor's sick baby, no one believed the cause. But the baby recovered overnight. The second time, he calmed an angry farmer by telling him a story written on the stone he found deep in the forestone that echoed a tale from the farmer's childhood. The man wept, not knowing how Eli had known. Word spread. People didn't call it magic, but they began to look at Eli with new eyes, some with awe, others with suspicion. His grandmother watched quietly, neither praising nor warning him. One night, as they sat by the fire, she finally spoke. "Your mother found the box too," she said, her voice thin and full of memory. "She was brave, kind. She followed the compass, like you. But the path it leads you on is not always gentle." Eli wanted to ask more, but something in her eyes told him, not now, not yet. Years passed. The boy grew into a young man. The box remained with him, always warm to the touch, always humming faintly in his hands. The compass still moved, sometimes daily, sometimes after weeks of silence. Each time it pointed, Eli followed. And each time, he changed something for the better. He never craved fame. He never took reward. But quietly, lives around him improved. A field bloomed after years of drought. An old woman found peace with her estranged son. A teacher regained his voice after a mysterious illness. Yet with each act, Eli felt a growing weight. The box was not a gift. It was a responsibility, a calling. One stormy evening, The compass spun faster than ever before. It pointed west, beyond the forest, beyond the hills. Eli understood. It was time to leave Alderbrook. His grandmother hugged him tightly at the gate, tears in her eyes. "Go," she whispered, "and don't be afraid of what you find, or what you are." The road ahead was uncertain, but Eli was ready. He understood now. The box had not just revealed secrets in the world, it had revealed him. His courage, his compassion, his strength. He was no longer just the boy from the village. He was the one chosen to listen when no one else did, to see what others refused to follow the path no one else could. And somewhere, just beyond the horizon, the next mystery waited.